Hey, what's up everyone? GameDad here, and today we have, another box from Monoprice, the Monoprice Joule 3D printer. Now, this is a fairly new 3D printer model from Monoprice, and it's kind of more of an in-between kind of model between some of their lower-end ones and some of their higher-end ones, so that if you don't really want to dive into the deep end with something super expensive, you can get something like this. And I believe this has a 200 by 200 by 220 print area, so it is a decent size. It is bigger than the Voxel, but not quite as big as the Monoprice MP10. Today what we're going to do is go ahead and get this thing unboxed, get it all put together, and then I will run a test print on it, and I will give all of you my thoughts and what I think about this printer. And a quick little disclaimer, this was sent to me for the purposes of review and unboxing, but that in no way affects my opinion about the printer as a whole. If there's anything wrong with the printer, I will let you all know. If everything goes great with the printer, I will let you all know. If I have any other thoughts about the printer, I will let you all know. Alright, so we're going to dive in. I'm going to get everything out of this box, show you all what it is, and then once I get it all put together, then we'll come back, I'll go over some of the core features of the printer, and then we'll do a little test print on it and see how it turns out. So first up, we have TIPS power unit is 115, 230 volt. So it's got a little switcher on there, that way you can switch it based on whatever country you're in. We have some packing foam. Let's get that out of my way. Stop! Read this before unpacking your printer. Okay, this is just the typical warning. If there's something wrong, send it back to the manufacturer, not to the store. But thanks, Monoprice. And then right here we have the DIY assembly kit. This is a thick boy manual. And wow, yeah. Oh, okay, so it's not just the assembly, it's actually how to fine tune and set everything up. So that is nice. We'll go ahead and get that baggie out of the way. Next up, what do we got here? Oh, the actual printer itself. Okay, it's just right there waiting for you. Let's take out some of these little pieces first. This is the spare screw kit. It literally says the spare screw kit. Spare pads. Okay, some sort of rubber foot. Let's see, what do we got over here? Some sort of plastic doohickey. I'm guessing, oh, you know what? This is probably something that the LCD panel sits on. Okay, what else we got? Oh, we have the LCD panel. And I don't know if this is touchscreen or not, but it's got a little dial on it. And if it's got a dial on it, that tells me it's probably not a touchscreen. Let's see, what do we have here? Next piece in the foam is, larger. This is the motors. Oh, okay, so here is the stepper motor for the extruder. And a motor for something else. Either like X or Y or something to move the head, I believe. But okay, so we have that. I'm gonna start putting pieces out of my way. And let's see, what else do we have here? It looks like we just need to dive in and pull the whole assembly out. Maybe. Well, the foam came out. Let's see if I can get it out of the foam now. Oh. It's not light. It's not super heavy, but it's not light. Oh, and there's, what is that? Oh, that's the extruder right there. Okay, let's get this foam out of the way. Oh. Alright, so on this, it has some sort of protective coating. Please tear off before using. It is a glass top, so that's kind of nice. I like a glass top printer. We have all of our cabling here. Awesome. What's this? Oh, we have our power cord. Let's take a look-see there. That is a big Chungus power cord. Wow. That's a thick power cord. Okay, and then we have our extruder right here. This is giving me very Ender 3 Max vibes with this little shroud they have over this, but cool. All right, let's go ahead and get this out of the way. All right, now next up we have some sort of rolly bracket thing. Then we have some filament. I love when they include filament. We have zip ties for cable management. Very nice. Let's see, we have some sort of piece of metal here. A giant hole in it. This is probably the holder for the filament. Okay. Then we have some aluminum channel. And we have some more aluminum channel. That's to set up the gantries and everything for it. Some other piece with some wheels in it. Okay, what else we got here? Another stepper motor. Oh, this is probably for the Z-axis right here. Then we have... What is this? It's got some sort of limit switch in it. Oh, Hey, now that is nice. They include a metal scraper for getting stuff off of the print bed. That is a nice touch. And that has got a nice, like, chiseled edge on it. Very cool. I'm excited to see that. Okay, then we have the SD card, what looks like a nozzle cleaner, and then we have a little belt. Then we have a baggie of tools. Then we have more stuff. Oh, a spare nozzle. That's kind of nice. What are those? Oh, gantry covers. And then this. That is unfortunate packaging. It doesn't look like tool packaging. Oh, kind of. Alright, so this is just the rest of the parts to put this together. Oh, and then we have the Z-axis little corkscrew rod right here. So, I'm going to go through, get this whole thing put together. Normally, I would do some sort of time-lapse or something, but a printer like this takes probably a little over an hour to get put together, and I don't really see the point in putting together the whole thing and just doing a 2-minute time lapse of it and me zipping around all over the place. So instead, I'm gonna get this whole thing built off camera, then we'll come back, we will take a look at all the features of this printer, and we will get a sample printing on it. So here we have the printer all nice and put together, and I will say it took about an hour and a half maybe, and that also included doing the leveling. Now, I will say the leveling was not super difficult, but it was exponentially more difficult than, say, the Monoprice Voxel or the Monoprice MP10, but that's because those have auto leveling, and this has these little dials right here. So it was pretty close from the factory, but I did need to actually lower down this switch. That way the nozzle could go far enough, because one of these little wheels was actually as low as it could possibly go, and I could not adjust it any further. So I had to kind of tighten everything up, reset where I was, and get that going. But honestly, that only took about maybe 15 minutes, and the whole thing is super level now. At least I hope so. Now it is time to go ahead and do a test print. So as I showed earlier in the video, it does come with some of this nice translucent red. And this, I thought it would be a touchscreen, especially because everything in the entire manual, all of it says to touch control or touch settings. As you can see, this is not a touchscreen. So I don't know what the deal is there. It feels just like their other ones that are a touchscreen, but you do have this handy dandy little knob here. It does have a micro USB for plugging in something, maybe just to the computer, I don't know. It has micro SD, and then it came with a little flash drive for a converter if you don't have anything for that. So we're gonna go ahead and go to print. That clicks sometimes, but not every single time. And now we're gonna go ahead, they have a couple of different things in here. They have a test hook, they have a toolbox, they have a test model, a rotation nut. Okay, so they give you a few different things. Let's just do the test model, I guess. Let's go ahead and print that. Printing time, it says 3 minutes. You can get all of your necessary info right there. I do not have any kind of Z offset going. One thing I will say, when I was loading the filament loaded nice and quick. That was awesome. I will say though, this Z motor seems slow. I mean, as long as it compensates and does fine everywhere else, the X and Y motors, those seem very quick, and this one just seems slow. I'm not sure what the deal is, but it is what it is, and I mean, yeah, we'll see how long this actually takes to print, and we'll go from there. So just wanted to step in real quick and show you all. It is laying down its initial layer, and I gotta say, the leveling that was done on this, doing it manually like that, it really did not turn out bad at all. It is laying down very nice lines right now. So I'm glad to see that that is nice and accurate. I will say though, the fans on this thing are quite noisy. I'm sure that you can hear it coming through the audio right now. But the overall, like motors, extrusion, stuff like that, that is not bad. It's really just the fans. But I mean, what do you expect? It is creating a 3D object out of nothing. Now here's something else as well. On this, normally you'll see printing time and you'll see estimated time remaining, stuff like that. This one is actually live updating the time remaining right there. Now it does look like that time is climbing, so that's kind of annoying, but it is going to be approximately a 7-minute print time, although that print time keeps going up. So we will see about how long this takes, and I will come back when it's done. Alright, so the printer finished. We did a nice little test print here. It has kind of a twisty cube, it's got a little pyramid shape, an arch, a circle, a square, just some basic shapes on here. That way you can see what it's capable of, and I gotta say, the print quality is phenomenal. Now, I will say, and in talking with Gary over at Rock Solid Productions, he was sent the same printer. I was asking him if it seemed to him like the printer was kind of slow. When laying down the first layer on this, it took a long time to get that first layer, and then it sped up after that. However, what he was saying and what he pointed out was that this is a print job that is just like a default thing in there that's printed to really like showcase the quality of this printer, and it shows. It's a very nice high quality print. However, that printing profile is not built for speed, and other prints, whenever you slice them in the software and stuff, those actually turn out a lot quicker, and he's been using his Joule to print all kinds of stuff over at his 3D print shop. So are the default test prints slow and high quality? Yes, they are. Are future prints still going to be high quality but faster? Yes, you just got to play with the profile that you're going to be using. Now, I gotta say, other than, you know, this going a little bit slow for this test print and the rather loud fan on this, I gotta say, I really like this printer. The print bed on it is glass, but it also has a kind of texture on it. This scraper, this is an amazing inclusion in the box because I've never had a 3D printer come with a metal scraper, and this thing was great. It popped this print off without any kind of issues at all, and that was amazing because obviously with a glass print bed you can't bend the thing in order to be able to get your print off like you can on something like the Voxel or the MP10 that have the magnetic build plates that you can just bend and pop off your print. So it was nice to have a scraper included, and I just thought, you know, that was a really nice touch. Now, was this thing 100% ready to go out of the box? No. You do need to take time to be able to actually put it together. The instructions, I would give them probably a 4 out of 5 on assembly. There is some like weird kind of like wording choices and stuff in there, and some of the imagery may not line up exactly, but overall, I mean, I was able to figure it out and get everything all adjusted and set where it needed to be. It would have been nice if it was a little closer to being leveled out of the box, but I mean, that right there, that's just more of a nice to have, not a must have, because it gives you everything and it's very straightforward instructions on how to do it. You know, I go back a lot to talking about an old Annette ET4 printer, and that one was a super pain in the butt to adjust anything with on the bed. And with this, it was really just line it up in the corners, get them adjusted, check the center, and you're good. So yes, there is a little bit of manual setup, but overall, it was still a really straightforward process. Now, in the beginning of the video, as I was unboxing it, I took a guess as to the size of the plate, saying that it was probably like a 200 by 200 by 220. It is actually a 220 by 220 by 250 kind of build surface. So it does have a much larger build surface than the Voxel, and the Voxel is double the price, but that's also a fully enclosed, Wi-Fi enabled, all of that. You get more features with that. And this one, it's an open air kind of printer, so it's really nice. It's only $200 on Monoprice's website, and I gotta say, at $200, if you're looking to get into 3D printing, this would be a fantastic choice. Does it have all the bells and whistles of more expensive printers? No. Does it need them? No. It's just a nice little open air printer, and from what I can tell, you can find plenty of printing profiles online, or you can go with default stuff that's in either Monoprice's flash print software or in something like Kira. So if I had to give this printer an overall rating after my initial unboxing, setting it up, and first use, I would probably give it like a 4.5 out of 5, because ran into a couple little things like with alignment and stuff like that as far as getting the bed leveled, but it was nothing that was a deal breaker, and honestly, it's once you get going with it, it just works. So that's really nice. It means that I don't have to mess with a bunch of settings every time I want to go print something. I can just slice the file, put it on the card, and go. So if you are looking for a recommendation on a 3D printer that will not break the bank, definitely check out the Monoprice Joule. And if you liked today's video, then let me know down in the comments below. And while you're down there, please be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons, as well as that little notification bell. That way you can alert every time I've got a new video coming out. Also, if you like what I do here and you are interested in helping to support the channel each and every month, then please consider becoming a channel member or head on over to patreon.com/GameDadShow, where for as little as $1 a month, you get early ad-free access to all of my videos, including getting your name in the end credits of every video like the fine folks that you see above right now. Now, as always, I'm GameDad. I thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you later.